there, friends! What is going on? My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode number 37 of Let's Play Through Final Fantasy Origins, specifically Final Fantasy 1 on the PlayStation 1. In our last episode, we made it to a new area known as the Waterfall Cavern. I actually cannot remember if this is what it was called in the original. It might have just been called Waterfall or Waterfall Cave. I really don't remember for sure, but what I did know for sure is that we needed to come here to explore the depths of the dungeon. And what do you know that we found here in this cavernous area? We found a warp cube. We ended up talking to a robot that appears to have shorted or just no longer wants to communicate with us. I guess we really can't interpret his intentions here, but he gave this to us and provided a couple of loose instructions about defeating something called Tiamat. We really don't know what we need to do with this, but the description does say and indicate that it is a prismatic cube that glitters with color. In addition to picking up this warp cube, we also gathered a couple random goodies. We got a spellbinder, which I am not throwing on Tyrone because I like the cat claws. We also gathered, let's see, we got the Defender, which is on Rohit, which should be very nice, and it does have that blink effect, which I'll make sure that I just test all of these out in combat so you guys can see what everything does. We also picked up a ribbon, which the description, I think I already read this to you, but I will just say it again. It sometimes protects from special attacks. I think this is pretty good. There aren't that many of these in the game, so it's certainly not something that I would advise selling. It's probably better than I actually realize it to be, so it's something that I figured let's just go ahead and slap it on Rohit, because even if the percentage of protection that we receive from it is not on the highest end, it still might be better to go ahead and try to buffer some of what's going to be thrown Rohit's way, because we do have a couple of boss battles remaining in this adventure. But with all of that being said, you only come across a couple of ribbons. Long story short is, I would recommend putting it on someone versus selling it. Whether or not it's one of the best items in the game, I really can't say. But we picked it up here, and I think it's good enough to go ahead and slap on him. We also gathered, well, maybe that was it. Oh, because I think the rest of the chests were just money, right? So that honestly might be everything that we picked up here. And oh, let me actually speak with the robot so that you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about. And really, monsters, are we doing this? I guess it gives me the opportunity to test out everything. So we'll try out the Defender that has the blink effect. We will also try out that Spellbinder that presents the muddle effect to the enemies. I don't know if it really matters. We'll just use the healing staff. And then Tyrone should be good to just throw out a Bolt 3, because actually what we are going to do is, I think I want us to go back to Onlak. We're going to sleep. We're going to save. We'll spend some cash restocking. Well, we didn't use that many potions. Oh my gosh, I ran in there to talk to him. Oh, Lord, you guys, where is my head at? I swear I've not had that many glasses of wine already this morning. So that is not the reason for my absent-mindedness, I swear. Not that it really matters. I'm kind of always like this. I guess you could say I'm pretty wide open and just, I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of girl. As I was also sharing with you guys in our last episode, the story that I think I started like 2 or 3 episodes ago, just about that wild fella who was having a horrendous day and took it out on me. Whew. He was a hot mess, is all I need to say. But with that being mentioned, I try not to let other people take away my joy, even when people are being so negative. And this is in real life, this is online. I feel like there are a lot of Debbie Downers out there and people who just really want to, oh Lord, Rohit he's ready to rock and roll, isn't he? But not with Tyrone on the case. Tyrone, I told you guys, he's a heavy hitter right now, so he's like, please take a seat, Rohit, because I've got what it takes to get the job done. And all the robot now says is bzz, giga. Yeah, so he's shorted. Okay, I'm not making you guys watch any more fights. Let me get out of this waterfall on my own. I'm going to run back to Onlak, and I'll bring you guys back there, and we will keep this pain train rolling. See you guys in just a second. Hey there, love bugs. Welcome back. We are here in Onlak, and you know what I realized? I am a flippin' goober, because I could have just used warp to get out of there with you guys in tow, and then you really would not have needed to skip anything at all. But that's okay. That is fine. I spared you guys at least 2 more fights before I had that realization. So it is what it is. Let's just bebop on over here to these beds here at the inn. I want to go ahead and sleep. I need to start shopping before I do this because I'm saving and then there's a good chance that I could die and then I'm going to have to do this all over again, but it'll be okay. We really don't have that much shopping to do. Honestly, thinking aloud, what my primary objective is right now is to just sort of clean up our inventory. I guess we can talk to everyone and see what they have to say now that we do have this warp cube. Maybe someone will have something new to offer. No guarantees, but let's find out. Lufenian is a language used by the ancient race known as the Sky People. My brother Une would talk of it constantly. He always lamented that he couldn't find the Rosetta Stone. We've already spoken with a few of these folks before, but let's just see if they have anything new to offer. I hear the Sunken Shrine contains heaps of treasure, gold and diamonds, and oh, someone also said, there's a stone slab of some sort too. Okay, I appreciate that information. We'll come back and talk to all of you guys here in a little while. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna skip all of you. I'm looking for the shops. I'm trying to sell. This is the church. Okay, it's over here. What am I doing? You would think this is my first time in town. Might as well be with how I'm just running around and missing everything. Okay, don't have time for anything you have to say, mister. I need to sell some of this extra garbage that I have. I kind of want to keep the gauntlets. We don't need the leather cap. My goodness, and it's only worth 40. Well, honestly, maybe that's the only thing I have to sell, which is a little interesting, but that should be good there. I'm not going to worry about antidotes. As I mentioned to you guys before, there were a few chests that we were unable to open because I was constantly hoarding antidotes and carrying them around, and I do want to be able to open most of the treasure chests that we stumble upon. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not like I'm actively tracking all of the treasures in this game, but I would like us to access as many of them as we can. Okay, here, check out my legs. It's so wonderful to have legs. I can dance now, see? I saw Underhill selling something strange at his caravan camp. All right, everyone might be saying everything that they said before, but we'll just quickly scroll through it. Have you ever hear of something called Oxy Ale? Obviously, I've got it. The shrine sank into the depths of the sea 200 years ago. Rumor has it that mermaids dwell there now. All right, okay. Can you guys just point me in the right direction? I've got a warp cube, and I've got money to spend. Oh, I already talked to you. Oh, this drunk guy still talking about fish. Maybe somebody should take him to church. This town enjoyed great prosperity 200 years ago. I do wonder what changed. It seems like it's a pretty peaceful place to be. Kape said that he saw something bright falling to the earth. I think he was delirious. I don't even know who Kape is, so that is not helpful to me. Do you have legs? I would say I do. Do you have legs, ma'am? That's the question. And then you are recognizing that, yes, Bahamut saw us to be heroes. We'll just run around and see. This is probably going to take us... Oh, looks like there are some people over here. We never explored this part of town. I'm Kape. Yep, I saw that thing fall near the northern waterfall, I think. No one believes me, but it looked like a robot. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's the fellow that would have given you the little pro tip to go to the Waterfall Cave / Waterfall Cavern, whatever you want to call that dungeon. So he's the one you need to speak with if you want to know to go there to find the robot and access that warp cube. 200 years ago, Onlak Shrine flourished with the power of water. But now, please bring it back. Well, I'm not sure I know how, but I'll do my best, sir. Kid, get out of the way. Jeez Louise. And who are you, lovely lady? Warriors with Oxy Ale. We have been waiting for you. Please save the mermaids. Is that a spirit? Where'd she go? Well, you know what I say, friends. If a ghost approaches me and randomly orders me to do something, I am not going to think twice about it. We are going to ride that barrel. Sounds like we should be a part of a Japanese game show or something. Riding a barrel. Oh my gosh. Okay. Side note, I was obsessed with Takeshi's Castle as a kid because of the Spike TV Americanized version. What was it called? Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, MXC. That show was a mess, but it was the best kind of mess. I could not stop watching. But all right, here we are at the Sunken Shrine. And guys, just take a moment and listen to this music without my obnoxious voice. I'm obsessed with this song. I love it so much. I think this was the first song we heard back at, I don't even remember what that dungeon was called, but I love it. I love this song. Okay, we are here in the Sunken Shrine. Let's see. Well, I guess we've got a few directions we can go in, and honestly, I don't remember the best way to tackle this, so we're gonna try our best to remain focused. I will be transparent with you guys and say there are kind of two objectives here at the shrine, and we're honestly going to have to make 2 trips here. Well, let me backpedal a little bit after seeing what just happened to me. We might have to make a few trips here and kind of run through things a few times. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Where is my... Hold on. Hold the phone. Did I accidentally sell something I was not supposed to? Where is... There's no way. Did I get rid of the spell binder? No, there's no way I got rid of that, right? Did I oh, okay, here it is. I was seriously about to have a little mini heart attack, and you're probably thinking, Rabbit, that's a bit dramatic because you're not really using the spell binder anyway. Okay, you guys, but for dramatic effect, I have to act like this is a big deal. So let me have that, and let me also cast my healing staff, and we will rely on our beloved Tyrone to throw out. Oh gosh, I don't know what all the enemies here are weak to. I'm guessing lightning damage is going to get the job done since technically we're underwater. Now, we need to be careful because Rohit is already taking a beating. This is also why I kind of shared with you guys in our last episode that I do think it's just going to be to our advantage to throw that ribbon on him. Again, I don't really know the percentages of, or I should say the percentage of defenses that we're going to get as a result of having the ribbon equipped to him, but something's better than nothing, right? So I think it might be to our advantage to just go ahead and prep him in some way, shape, or form. All right, we will try to focus down these guys. I'll continue to do my heals, and you know what? We'll just keep throwing out the gauntlets too. The gauntlets do bolts too. I don't know what I'm thinking. We want to try hoarding a little bit of our mana, but like I mentioned, there really is no shame in needing to backpedal out of this dungeon because there are 2 big-ish missions that we're here to accomplish. So we've got a few things that we need to focus on. There's not really a big reason for us to feel like we have to knock everything out in one fell swoop. And we have Warp, which will take us straight back out of here. So anyway, Tyrone gained a level, which is great. I don't know why he doesn't like getting HP because he could honestly use it, but whatever. 4 HP, some intelligence, some endurance, and some luck. All of which we kind of want anyway. So let's start off, I want to say, I think we need to go northward if we want to tackle one of the big objectives. You know, we're just going to run around and we're going to see what happens. Even when I start off a little badly, we always tend to make our way through regardless. None of the dungeons that we've stumbled upon have been that bad. I don't think, oh Lord, hold on. There are 2 ways for us to go. Okay, maybe I do need to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. But we'll get there, friends. We will certainly get there. And I do promise I will not make you guys watch me go through an insane amount of fights. We will go ahead and start removing all the repeats moving forward. I know I've been a little bit bad about just telling random stories or just narrating things going on over the fights. But while we're here, especially because we are going to see ourselves with quite a few encounters, I think that's just been the name of the game since we started playing this particular Final Fantasy title. But I will do my best to spare you guys a little bit. But anyway, let's run. Oh, I guess let's try. I don't know if what is up this way? Absolutely nothing. Let's just take the stairs over this way, and if we have to run back and loop around, we will. I think it'll be okay. No matter how you slice it, we'll find all the goodies. I will make... Ooh. I'll make sure of that. We'll go ahead and use our Spellbinder. I need to remember to test out a few... Well, I think we tested all of these out. I was going to say I need to remember to try eventually testing out some of these other weapons, but I don't think they have effects unless they specifically outline that they do. So we might have actually already seen everything that we're going to have access to as an item-based magical effect, I'm pretty sure. But there are more things for us to pick up, more things for us to find, so we will set our sights on all of those goodies that await us, because we do have a few things left. Now, we don't have that terribly much remaining in the game. I think I've already mentioned that to you guys, that we're more than halfway through, which is both exciting and a little sad. My heart is always a bit heavy as we approach these ending segments of games, because I just love the journeys that we undertake together. We've been doing this for such a long time, and I love these old school JRPGs. They just bring back so many wonderful memories of playing them with my, now past father. So I really do appreciate you guys watching me blunder my way through everything, screw up half of these games. Some of my journeys and some of my experiences are pretty knowledgeable, but some of them absolutely not. I never know what's going on. Okay, I don't know what's over here. There was nothing in that room. I don't think anything's hidden. We'll keep this one in. There's just one creature, and he should die pretty quickly. And of course, free heals. We will always take that. So actually, to be honest with you guys, we might be in a place where I don't have to back out and heal up. I remember in some of my previous attempts of combing through the Sunken Shrine, it's been a little bit of a mess. Okay, I'm really worried that I'm going the wrong way. But it shouldn't be that crazy of a floor. I think we just have to go and hope for the best. I think the thing here, if you don't have as many levels as I have entering this, the problem is that the enemies do a lot of damage, and that's really what makes it tedious, because you have to constantly go back to Onlak and heal up and then take the, the barrel, or it really isn't a barrel. I don't know why they call it that. Is it a submarine? Is that what it was called in the other version? I really can't recall. Some things really stand out to me as being very different from the original Final Fantasy game, but then other things I'm like, I don't know. This might as well be the same thing. And okay, I've taken 2 steps, game. Are you really going to keep doing this? And we're just seeing all kinds of enemies, aren't we? All kinds of them. I was telling you guys I was going to be cutting out fights, and then the game was like, well, not yet. We're going to keep presenting some new folks to you, which is fine. I will go ahead and take it and roll with it. But what I was starting to say is I'm very sad that we're more than halfway through the game, because I absolutely love the original Final Fantasy, but I am excited to wrap this up so then I can focus on finishing up Lufia and the Fortress of Doom. And then I'm hopeful that towards the end of this year or the start of the upcoming year, 2022, just with all of the personal changes occurring in my own life, I will finally have the opportunity to record to the extent that I've always sort of wanted to, and be able to finish games a little more promptly, and to just play games that I've had on my backlog and had on my list for a very, very long time. So one of the other big changes, I kind of talked to you guys for a little while, just through the whole process of me even finding the house and then, entering the contract and all of the hullabaloo surrounding that, I have an opportunity to actually transition into a different department at work. All right, we got him. But what I was saying is I have an opportunity to transition, nothing over there, to a different program. My agency solicited some new grant funds to allow for some telehealth/remote positions. Ooh. I still have to submit an internal application and interview, but what this would mean is that I could work from home, providing substance abuse counseling to people from the comfort of my own home, which would be amazing, you guys. So fingers crossed for that opportunity. I'll know pretty soon if that's going to be a reality or not. But what is a reality is that we found a mage's staff. So let's take a quick little look at that, and I'm going to sort while I'm in here. The mage's staff says that it is a staff with fire to effect. I'm going to guess it's like the spellbinder, and it's going to be for... yeah, it's for a ninja, a black mage, or a black wizard. I'm not even messing with that. Again, I like the cat claws. It just sort of works for me. So we'll continue to scour this floor. I think there should be at least 1 or 2 more chests remaining. It would just be so wonderful to be able to wake up, come into my office, do any and all counseling that I need to provide from my office, then clock out and be able to just record for you guys. That'd be amazing. It would certainly afford me the opportunity to do quite a bit more for the channel, which has been my goal for a little while. I love the work that I do, but it is a little tiresome needing to drive across multiple county lines, and you guys know it's just my work in public health, behavioral health, and mental health has been very time consuming, and I'm ready to kind of take a couple of steps back. Even if it comes at the cost of salary, I think I'd be happier making less, but being able to have more free time. But anyway, that is a side story. Let's focus on the fact that we picked up a light axe in this treasure chest here on this floor, and I'm pretty sure it is not anything that, why did I come to key items? I meant to sort. I don't think we can use this. It is for our warriors, our knights, and our ninjas, but it is an axe with Dia 2 effect, so we really are starting to see now that a lot of these weapons we're picking up are coming with some magic spells attached to them, which does preserve our mana pools and our mana charges quite a lot, which goes a very long way at this point in the game. I'll certainly keep you guys posted with any changes that occur on that front. And I do feel confident in my ability to secure one of the positions, but you know, with grant funding, there are only so many positions that are available, and I'm pretty sure they only have 2. You know what, let me go back. If I can, I'd like to get a free heal off. I'm pretty sure there are only 2 slots. There might be 3 available for this role. So more than likely, I will get it, but you know, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I think it would be amazing, and I feel like I would be able to contribute quite positively to the growth and development of our patients through me occupying the position, but I understand if they want an LCAS instead. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good opportunity for me either way to still go through the application process, the interview process. I think it's always good to try to stay up to date on your interview skills and just be capable and confident enough to sort of present who you are to someone that already kind of knows you, you know what I mean? And here's another chest with 12,350 gil. And now, is that everything on this floor? I'm not too sure. Where does this take us? Oh, to the 5th floor. Let's, I guess what I will do, I want to run around and just make sure I pick up everything, but we're kind of at a decent stopping place. I guess I could leave these fights in, but I just hate doing that because I know they are so redundant. I do want to very quickly, now if we're only running into the white sharks, it's not a problem. It's when we're getting into these groups that it's being a little obnoxious, but with the sharks, I mean, it's like a 2-hit wonder. 2 people go, okay, 3 people go. My goodness, team, come on. You're undermining what I'm trying to sell to the viewers here. What I was trying to say is we only issue a couple punches and kicks, and then it's good to go. But I don't want to miss anything on this floor, so, well, thankfully the sharks are the only ones really wanting to show their faces. So we'll wrap up this floor, and then we'll call this an episode, and when we come back together in video number 38, oh, there's a level for Melvin. Yay! 29 HP, some agility, some intelligence, and some luck. But once we come back in our upcoming episode, we'll continue exploring this floor. I'm nervous that we're in the, I don't know. I don't want to say we're where we're supposed to be, but I kind of am getting the impression that we're going directly where we need to be, and I don't really want to do that, to be honest with you. And yeah, these Sahagan chiefs are nothing, but the prince is a little bit of a douchebag. So I'm grateful for the muddle effect that we're getting from the Spellbinder, I believe is the weapon that it's tied to, because for some of these group encounters and these group confrontations, it's been doing the Lord's work and making them attack each other, and then they fight each other, and I don't have to sustain any unnecessary amounts of damage. So I think picking up a lot of these items is great in that, again, it extends the longevity of your team in general, and you can kind of just continue to comb the depths of whatever dungeon you're making your way through without feeling like you need to backtrack out to town to sleep and heal and blah, blah, blah. Let's see what else is up this way. I really wish the game came with something. You know what? Let's use the light axe. That Dia effect should work. We'll see if it wants to. I'm just going to test it out. We're going to see. No promises, but I've not tried it yet. Might as well do it with you guys in tow. We should only have a minute or two remaining in this episode. I think we got most of the items on this floor. Because we're on what? Floor 4? I'll check. Okay, monsters. We are not going to be doing this. So maybe for everything that I was saying, we might have to backtrack out anyway. Oh, Lord. Okay. You guys have got to stop. This is not okay. And I don't really want to have to go back to town, but actually, maybe it would be better for me to go back to town and just heal up. But there's a level 4 Rohit, and with it we find ourselves with 6 HP, some strength, some endurance, and some luck. Let me go ahead and heal him. We'll see. Oh, goodness, you guys. Oops. We want to use that Cure 4 on him, and we'll just bring him right back up immediately. That might be it for this floor, but it's hard to tell. What I was beginning to say is it would be amazing if the game actually gave you a way to lower encounters. I'm not sure why that's not a thing, because it really would make a huge difference. And it's not, again, and I've talked about this a few times, that the fights themselves are impossible to overcome or they pose an insurmountable level of difficulty. It's just they're incredibly time-consuming, and I feel like they unnecessarily pad your dungeon crawling, and it just makes for a bit of a pain in the butt when you're trying to get through places like this, especially. So an item that reduces that encounter rate would have been extraordinary, but it is what it is. And we are picking up levels, which I want. We're getting a lot of gil, which we'll eventually need. And there is a door up here. So I'm glad I ran back around. And hallelujah, I'm so happy to see the white shark. These guys are nothing. Their damage is nothing. They don't got nothing on the other enemies that we are facing. Those ghosts in particular are really tough to deal with. But okay, thank you, Tyrone, for dealing that final little stroke of slashes and dash of slashes. We'll check in here. We will grab diamond armor. So yeah, we definitely don't want to be missing the equipment that is in here, which is why I figured it was good to just keep you guys along. This says that it is brilliant armor made of diamond, and sadly, no one in the party can use it. So what I'm actually going to do, I think that's everything in this room. I'm going to warp out, and then I will bring you guys back at the start of the Sunken Shrine. Sunken Shrine? Or it says Shrine, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Sunken Shrine. I will bring you guys back when we're at the start of the Sunken Shrine, and we will just continue to make our way through. As I kind of noted at the start of us even exploring this dungeon and this shrine, this is an area that has 2 big objectives anyway, and especially if your levels are not comparable to mine, you're gonna have a bad time here. The enemies do a lot of damage, and they're just a pain in the butt to deal with. So I would rather play it safe than sorry. I'd rather heal, and I don't want to continue going in this direction anyway. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything in the process of getting to this room. But anyway, friends, thank you for watching. Please take very, very good care of yourselves. And I, your host, Rabbit, am just so deeply appreciative of your time and the fact that you are joining me for this adventure. So take care, be good, and I look forward to seeing you here in our upcoming episode, number 38 of Let's Play Through Final Fantasy Origins, specifically Final Fantasy 1 on, you guys already know it, the PlayStation 1. I'll see you guys shortly.